Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's mani, we're going to be dipping into dip powders from Sundara Nails. Now these three colors here are part of a new trio called the Who Needs Love trio, and you can get these either as the set or you can get these beautiful colors individually, but these colors are everything. So we are switching it up today. We are going to be using dip liquids. I am using the regular dip liquids from Sundara Nails, and we're diving into Violets Are Blue, which is a really awesome thermal. It's not just any kind of thermal, it is a triple thermal. And let me tell you, the coverage of this color right here, it is phenomenal. I was completely blown away after I dusted it off how pigmented this was with one dip, and we are using dip liquids today. Sometimes when you're using dip liquids, the coverage can kind of be splotchy, or the color like pigment payoff might be a little more clear, but this one is definitely full coverage. And I will say I do love these liquids. I would say they're on the medium side for dry time. And what I mean by that and how I kind of like gauge that is that you could totally go in, if you are dipping on your nail, dip into that jar or the cupcake liner, clean up your cuticle line and brush off. And I am going right in after I go ahead and stick that in the cupcake liner. I am going ahead with that fluffy brush and dusting it off right away. So I will say it's a medium dry time, and you definitely will notice the dry time even more when we are hand placing some really fun heart-shaped glitters, which can be found in one of these beautiful powders. But overall, I really like the twist on these colors. It's kind of like a spin on like an anti-Valentine's Day kind of mani, because we're pulling in some darker colors. Now this color, it's everything. It is just a beautiful dark purple, and then like I said, it has a really awesome triple thermal. So you have this awesome dark purple color, then it fades into like a periwinkle purple, then it fades into a really light pink, and you're gonna see that color change at the end of the video with the finished mani. But super sensitive thermals. I really love this color right here. I debated to do an all over mani just based on this coverage and color alone, and the plot twist of the triple thermal. So amazing coverage. And I am making the press-ons today on the medium almond shaped jelly tips from Sundara Nails as well. And also that fluffy brush that we're using is also from Sundara Nails. And everything that we're using can be found in that description box below. So for today's mani, we are using dip liquids, and I am going to do 2 coats of each color that we're using today. And then we will be hand placing a whole bunch of really fun hearts as well. So we're going to be doing some fun things today with this mani. And I can tell you right now, out of all the trios, so last Wednesday we played with the other trio, which was beautiful tones of pinks. It was really soft, and it is called Love Is The Only Way. But out of the two, if I had to pick one, this might be my favorite just based on the colors. I mean, I love pinks. I'm a sucker for pinks, but the colors are just very different and stuff that I normally wouldn't like pair together for Valentine's Day. But there's something about the solid, and then we have this amazing fun glitter that has like a purple base, but yet it has like these rainbow glitters in it. There's also rainbow hearts in here, which I just think is so fun. There's even black hearts in here. So it's overall really awesome. So you could rock this powder just like this with that purple base and then the rainbow glitters, or you could rock it with the hearts today. Of course, since it's Valentine's Day, we are gonna rock it with the hearts. But not only can you wear this any time of year, but you could really jazz it up for like any type of holiday. For like Valentine's Day, you could add those hearts. Plus, you can use those hearts, to be honest with you, any time of year. You don't have to be rocking hearts just on Valentine's Day. But overall, a very unique but yet fun twist on an anti-Valentine's Day mani. All right, so enough chit chat. Let's dive into these powders here, and then I'm gonna pop back in just a little bit.
I'm getting stronger, 'cause I'm fine on my own. See clear through the smoke you created. I feel my feet on the ground and they're shaking. How am I supposed to save the situation while the steps getting wasted, even though we feel the same? Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again? Would you leave your
All right, so I'm just adding a little bit of extra sparkle to this beautiful nail. I originally was only going to do 3 hearts and kind of incorporate the colors of the hearts of the foils. But then I was like, you know what, we're just going to cram pack this nail with hearts. And I had the hearts kind of like on a slight angle. Now to absorb any extra dip liquids that may be left behind on this nail, I'm just going to gently dip it into that cupcake liner here and just press everything down. But I really love like the different elements of that background. Has like that really pretty foil, and then just adding those hearts I just thought was a really awesome touch. Then this nail right here, I'm just applying the dip base, and then we're going to add hearts to this nail as well, but I wanted to have them kind of like on the side going all the way up. And I wanted to use all of the colors. I think we used all the colors but the black one, because the black heart is a little bit bigger shaped than the other ones. And I do love that about it, because then you're going to be getting a lot of different dimension with the different heart shapes. But I love the different colors here of these hearts. I think they're so fun, and they lay very, very flat to the nail. So I will say I only had to apply the dip base on this nail one time to hand place these hearts on the nail. So that's also an indicator of the dry time for the dip liquids, but they laid super flat. I did not have any problems when it came to placing these hearts. I'm also using a precision tool. Then to go ahead and absorb that extra liquid here, I am dipping into clear. I always like to tap off my clear away from the jar, just to make sure I am not cross-contaminating that. And then we're going to go ahead and encapsulate the rest of the glitter nails as well. I will say I did take my time applying the dip liquids to this nail right here and that other nail, just to ensure that I was getting into all those nooks and crannies, because I really wanted to protect these glitters. But I will tell you right now, I love the clear from Sundara Nails. It's a very like pure glass clear, and I love it so much. It's super finely milled as well, and it doesn't feel super grainy. Some whites can be more of like on the grainier side and kind of leave like a cloud over it until you brush it off, but this one is like really crystal, like glass clear. So again, same thing, I always like to tap off on the side, and then I'll just gently press everything down on the sidewalls as well. Then once everything's clear and encapsulated, I'm going to take a stiff brush before we activate and really just brush pretty hard on that nail, just to make sure I am brushing away any extra lingering clear powder that may be left behind. What that's going to do is that's going to make sure that once we apply that activator, that we're getting a crystal clear finish. Now, if you've ever went right in after you dipped in clear with your activator, especially with dark colors, you might notice this more on, or even some glitters, and you notice that your darks were kind of like a cloudier color, or you had areas where it looked kind of like a haze over it, or your glitters kind of looked like in sections it was like a milkier color, that would be an indication that you still have clear powder left behind. So using a stiff brush is a really good way to just make sure before you go in through activator that everything's clear. So I waited about 3 minutes before I went in with filing and buffing, and filing and buffing was a breeze. And normally I hate filing and buffing, but I don't know, I think just like the whole dip liquid, changing it up a bit from the gel method that I normally do, and then the whole like filing and buffing was actually really fun for me and kind of therapeutic in a way. and I actually enjoyed the fun and buffing. Now, right now, I'm just cleaning up the sidewalls, the free edge, reshaping ever so gently, and then I'm taking this bigger buffing block right here just to buff everything and make sure everything is laying super flat. I did not cut into any of those beautiful glitters or anything like that, but this is all I did for my filing and buffing, just cleaning up the sidewalls first, gently reshaping, and then going in with a buffing block. I always like to go in with a buffing block last just to make sure that everything, even like those sidewalls and underneath that press on, is really, really flat. All right, so the rest of the filing and buffing was done off camera here. And this is an optional step because I am going in with a a gel top coat today because I really wanted a super impactful shine with this mani, but I always like to go back in with a layer of activator even if I'm doing a gel top coat because I feel like it seals in all that filing and buffing lines, and then if any powders got disturbed during the filing and buffing, it just kind of seals it in. So total optional step, but I just feel like I get a very clean finish. If I am finishing up with a gel top coat, just go in with a layer of activator first. I did not wipe it off with a lint-free wipe after. I am just completely going in with a layer of gel top coat. This is the gentle HEMA-free top coat from Sundara Nails as well, and I am curing as we go for a full 60 seconds. Now, I personally do not experience any flaking or peeling if I go in directly with a layer of gel top coat, but if you do, you could always do a layer of gel base first, cure for 30 seconds, then go with your top coat. Or you could also try rubber base. That's gonna definitely help prevent any chipping or flaking. I know that some people have had great results switching to the rubber base to seal in their manis. So we're just finishing up with that pinky here. And again, I am curing for 60 seconds. And then here's the finished mani. You can see we have a thermal change here. That light pink on that pinky, it is everything. It is changing really fast. And I did not have any issues with the thermal change by going in with a gel top coat. And I could not be more obsessed with how this mani turned out. I love colors, and there's just something about like the solid color that's a thermal that's just making those glitter hearts just pop, and everything is just perfect. I love it. It's definitely a fun twist on Valentine's Day. You can see here, right here, that thermal is definitely a little bit more darker. It looks really pretty on almond shapes, and no matter what shape you're rocking, this thermal is going to be everything. And again, you can get this in the trio or individually, but I really, really love how this turned out. All right, so everything that we did use in today's video can be found in that description box below. I hope you enjoyed this really fun Valentine's Day mani, and I'll see you all in the next one.